YouTubers, Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin's channel. Thanks for joining me and being part of the channel. Okay, guys, remember, talking about housing for years on this channel. This channel was built off housing unaffordability and of unaffordable levels, and wages aren't keeping up with the cost of housing and all that stuff. Almost a decade of this here on this channel. Well, we're going to see a massive condo oversupply glut buildup very soon this spring. We're about 5 weeks away from spring, and we're 5 weeks away from condo chaos. Oh yeah, condo chaos. So, if you're in an English-speaking country that has Airbnb, minus the United States of America. The United States of America is a little bit different because they're a couple of years behind Australia, New Zealand, UK, Canada. They're a few years behind. California is with Canada, and so is Seattle, Washington, and all those other states in America that are pretty much blue states. They are pretty much like with Canada when it comes to like money laundering and all kinds of crap going on. And it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, because this spring is going to be the biggest, and I repeat, the biggest oversupply glut in Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and the UK. Now here it comes. Are you ready for this? Guys, before I go on to the story, don't forget to set your reminders. We got Alaska Prepper coming on Mike of the Night live. We got Tony from God Rules coming on Mike of the Night on the 21st of, on the 20th of February. And then we got Uneducated Economist coming on, Commonwealth for Common Folks. Set your reminders. So here it goes, guys. Thousands of Toronto's Airbnb investors plan to sell this year. Airbnb investors. So, entrepreneurs. What did Airbnb do? Well, it jacked the prices up of condos. A one-bedroom condo in Toronto is like $590,000 to $600,000. Same thing in Vancouver. And what did it do? It just jacked the crap out of condos. And it brought condos to this stellar level, and a massive problem for people trying to get into the property market. And you had the mainstream media. Not only is the mainstream media 95% wrong about anything, because they don't even fact-check everything, but they were pushing this housing agenda that it's a good thing. It's good. Now, we're going to see thousands of Airbnb investors plan to sell this year. So here it is, guys, from our friends over at Better Dwelling. Check it out. Thousands of Toronto's short-term rental investors may call it quits, as Ipsos Survey commissioned by the Toronto Real Estate Board shows that investors plan to navigate the city's new short-term rental rules. Only a third feel their investments won't be impacted by the new rules. The remainder either plan on selling. So here it is. So this is most investors plan on selling or renting to long-term tenants. Now, here it is. This is how many people want to sell. 40 points. Okay, all the builds. Crane City, look at all the cranes in the skyline. Look at all the development. Look at all this expansion. Well, look at it now. 40% of that wants to unload. Entrepreneurs! This is going to catch up to America in about a year or two. America's still a little bit far behind. Middle America is far behind from this. This is you're going to start seeing this spring. No impact. That is how many percentage points? 32% no impact. And 26%. Now, let me explain something to you guys. Sell. This is going to start driving condo prices to the floor. Now, these no impacts, I could bet you 100 to 1 that 50% of these people will start sweating. They'll start sweating when they see that their property is going to be worth a lot less than what they bought it for, plus the strata fees and all the Mickey Mouse you have to pay for having a condo. And you look at here, with this, let's say this 40%, they could sell about 32% goes. You're going to have an 8% being like, clearanced. Then this will the no impact people will think twice. And this, you see about 16% of this long-term tenants will have a tough time because the lack of jobs and the lack of everything that's been happening. Plus, you're going to see a major issue with people going into a negative position. So a lot of people with these condos will go into a negative position because strata fees keep going up, and condos are so expensive that even insurance companies don't want to insure the condos. So there's some condos that got to get 4 different insurance companies to insure their condo units. And then the strata keeps going up. Because $600,000 a one-bedroom, $850 for a two-bedroom, $1.2 million for a penthouse. You could buy the exact same thing in let's say in Sarasota, Florida, for like a fraction of the price. So why you get what I'm saying here, right? So this is becoming a major issue. So okay, there's already 40 points telling us, yeah, we're selling, we're gonna sell. This Airbnb thing's not working out. Okay, 32%. I could see a good percentage of this jumping on this bandwagon, and I see a good percentage just jumping on this bandwagon and maybe moving up to here because they're going to be in denial, saying, "Oh no, I'm going to find long-term tenants." But as it becomes more competitive, you're going to start to see rents start to trickle downwards. But a lot of the middle-class people left those cities anyway. Toronto's a ghost town now. Toronto is completely like empty. It's turning into an empty shell. Not the working areas or the working districts. Working districts are busy. People get on the train or get back in their cars and go back home. They don't live in Toronto anymore. A lot of people have left that city. It's just too damn expensive. So this could add almost a year's worth of housing supply. There you go, 1 year's worth of housing supply. There's no official numbers on short-term rentals, so it's hard to peg exactly how much supply this means. Analysts like AirBNB estimate 14,000 and 20,000 short-term rentals in Toronto. Using the survey, estimated that there could be between 5,600 and 8,000 units that would go to the market. Another 3,640 and 5,200 units may go to rental. Now, hold on 1 second now. That's going to open a lot of rental up. And they're going to be competing. And a lot of people that are in a rental right now that are coming up for a lease, or the release is renewing, they're just going to walk out and oh, that's okay, I'll move out, right? And that poses a problem for the person. That poses a problem for this guy who thinks he's got a long-term renter when somebody sees something more attractive in a better part of town with more space for less rent. That's going to cause a major issue. So you're going to see a huge condo disaster, condo wars, this spring in Toronto. It's gonna, and then Vancouver's gonna have the same. It's gonna have the same issues. So you're gonna see a massive oversupply of condos. Watch out, people living in Toronto. That it's just so severely overvalued because if you're gonna tie wages to what things should be at. Well, here's an article from Better Dwelling, since we're on Better Dwelling. Like, this is for homes, detached homes. We covered this the other day. Let's take a look here. Come on, baby. Where'd you go? Wow, that's gone pretty far. Right here. So this is a home. Buying a typical home in Canada, cities now require an income of up to $230,000. No, that's not pesos. Not bolivarized. Not yen. That's $230,000 Canadian a year. That's about $170,000 American a year to live in one of the major cities. And you break it down. Here it goes. I did a video for this anyway. So there it is. There's Vancouver, and the cheapest is Quebec City, and you need to have an annual income of $63,586. Now, if you go to the middle cities here, like Toronto, you need $178,000 to make payments for 30 years on your condo. Oh, yeah. You can't make this stuff up. Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. This is a disaster in the making. We know it. You know it. And we've been prophesizing this for years on this channel. It's so overly... We were so dedicated to get our GDP so hooked on housing. Every English-speaking country. California's GDP has been propped heavily by housing, by exporting homes to China. Same thing with all major Canadian cities. But Canada was very open for money laundering. That was the issue with the casinos, the shadow flipping, shadow lending. There was too much garbage going on, and the average Canadian paid for this. Now, the average Canadian is going to pay through the nose for this going forward. They're the ones that are going to flip the bill. Let me know. This COVID thing is running out of control in Canada. COVID. And they're going to call a snap election. And from the snap election, I think they're going to do mail-in ballots, and then the Liberals are going to win a majority government from the mail-in ballots. You saw what happened in the States, right? So it's going to happen here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Look forward to seeing you guys on our live shows. Don't forget to subscribe and set your reminders. Thanks for watching. God bless. I have spoken.